Hey folks, it's been a very long time since I've made a video. Uh, I did a little bit of kayaking today, a little bit of fishing. The only thing I caught was a little bass. Hell, it wasn't big enough to feed a bird, so I put it back. But where I put in at, the water was way too, the current was way too strong. I couldn't sit still. I even tried getting up on the bank, up next to the bank. I got up next to a log, one log, and I was able to, that's where I caught the little bass at. And I let the current keep me pushed up against that log or tree that was in the river. But this is the little Cahaba River, is where I'm at. I came down here, I loaded my kayak back up, and I drove down the road to this place here. And I've just been sitting here and thinking about the old days. Anyways, I used to bring Stephen camping here, and I was standing down by the river, down where got on the fish at, and there's a log that's down under the river, and there used to be one that came from the bank and went down in the river. Well, Stephen would get on that log, and the one that went down in the river, and he would fish around the log that was under the water, and he would always catch little brim. But I mean, they wasn't big enough to eat, but he didn't care as long as he was catching a fish. That's all that mattered to him. But when I used to bring him here, gosh, we started, I reckon he was 5 years old, 6 maybe. There's a group of trees over there. I'll show you in a minute. But that's where I would put our hammocks up. And he was so little, he didn't start growing until he was, I mean, he didn't catch up with his friends until he was like 15. He was always smaller than everybody else. So he was so little that I would have to pick him up at night and put him in his hammock, and then in the morning times I'd have to get him out of it because he was so little he couldn't touch the ground. But yeah, we used to come hiking here, camping and hiking here all the time. Now he's been in the Marines for 2 years. He 3 years. Well, he enlisted when he was 17, but he's actually been active for 2 years. He just got back from Japan. He's back on base in North Carolina, Camp Lejeune. I don't. Well, hell. I don't understand people that don't want to spend time with their kids. They just let their kids they'd rather put their kids in front of a damn TV and buy them all these stupid games. There's there's just no memories there, you know. Um, what do they have to talk about when they get old? Um, what do they have to share? You know, there's nothing. You know, sometimes I'll send Stephen a picture of when him and I were out in the woods like this, and he was such a little bitty feller. Um, and he'll message me back and say, "Gosh, I was so little, Daddy." He sure was, buddy. Well, he sure made up for it. Uh, he's not a little feller anymore. He's a pretty good sized boy, man. Um, he was. I remember when he was 14. He asked me one day, we was walking around in the woods. He said, "Daddy, you think I'll get as big as you one day?" And I laughed at him. I said, "Gosh, son, I hope you get bigger than me." But at the time, I was a lot taller than him, and he was 14, and he was, I don't know, not a lot, but he probably come up to about chest high on me, and maybe a little taller than that, maybe, yeah, chin high, I'd say. But yeah, I said, "I hope you get a lot bigger than me, buddy." And sure enough, the next year, I don't know if he sat on a sack of fertilizer or what. He started eating extra chicken nuggets or something, but he started growing. Uh, all of his buddies that were always taller than him, you know, they would always make short jokes and all that crap. And uh, no, he sprung up and he evened up with them. And I remember there was one particular kid, he was a lot more with the short jokes all the time. And hell, Stephen caught up and passed him, and now he's 6 inches taller than that boy. Um, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't get it. People, a lot of those boys I was just mentioning. You know, I would take them. Sometimes I take them camping and fishing and hiking with me and Steven because their dads. Uh, they just didn't want to do anything with them, and I couldn't never understand that. You know, I knew this day was coming, or these days were coming. You know that it would just be me all alone. But I got my memories. at least I have that. Yeah. As bad as it hurts to as bad as it hurts to to not have him anymore out in the woods with me and stuff. uh, I wouldn't trade all the memories that I have for anything. My memories are priceless. um, so I just don't get people. They don't, if they don't do anything with their kids, they don't have that, and maybe some might think, well, at least I won't be like you, sitting by a river all alone. Yeah, well, you might, but or sitting by a river all alone and remembering what it used to be. And I guess that's true. But what the hell else are they going to remember? Walking by their kid while they playing some stupid game in front of the TV. I was really blessed. Stephen, he had all the games. I remember when I bought him a Wii. Um, then he went from that to a PlayStation, from that to an Xbox. But those things, they had their place. You know, uh, they had their place and they had their time. He didn't. If it was daylight, he was outside. Uh, and he'd much rather go camping or hiking or fishing uh, than be stuck in the house all damn day and all night, just doing the same damn thing, sitting in front of a TV, playing them stupid games. I don't get it. I don't know, hell, if I even, I mean, I know I still got uh, subscribers, but I've lost a ton of them because I quit making videos. Well, no, actually, I didn't quit making video. I got several videos. Uh, I tried to upload. I don't know, was it last year? Yeah, last summer. last spring, the beginning of last spring. I tried to upload some, but I'm not sure. Something wouldn't work right. And, I said to hell with it. But sometimes I watch Mike Ware's videos. Oh, what's his channel name? Bushcraft? No, that's Alan. Something Craft Outdoors. I can't remember his channel name, but I see him and his little boy, how they go camping and hiking and stuff. I'm guessing that little feller, he's got to be getting around 11 or 12 years old, maybe a little older now. So it seems like you have forever when they're that little, but God, they grow up so fast. I remember when Stephen was, I guess he was about 8 years old, and we was on a pretty long hike, and even as little as he was, he could keep up with me. I didn't have to stop and wait on him. He was always able to keep up with me, and I walked pretty fast. But I remember thinking one time, God, I'll be glad when he gets older so he can carry some of this weight, because we always took good, well, not a lot of gear, but we took our backpack, my backpack, and I've had a lot of surgeries on my neck. Some people know, some people don't, and I used to be in some god awful pain, and I still am. But I used to think, oh, be glad when he gets older so he can carry this thing. Well, now I wish he was a little feller again. But I sure am proud of him. Oh, I'm so proud of him. Huh. I can still hear him saying when he was so little, running around here, oh, I'm going to be a Marine one day, Daddy. I'm going to be a Marine one day. He talked about that so much growing up. All the time. He wanted to be a Marine. And then when he turned 17, Daddy, will you take me to enlist? Of course I will. So I did. And then he graduated high school. I think it was 10 days after graduation, they sent him off to basic training, or boot camp, whatever you want to call it. Oh, it hurt. Oh, God, it hurt so bad when he left. He's been gone for 2 years now. And, I mean, it depends on what I do, where I'm at. Like here today, it's been pretty tough today. There's a big hill up there. Let me see if I can show it to you. I don't know what the camera's going to do here. There's a big hill up there. It's a long ways up there. You go that way through the woods there, and it winds around and goes through the woods, across Aunt Sally's place, and then you make it up there. We used to go hiking up there, and then we'd go on around, and that's it. Matter of fact, my first video that I made was actually on the side of that hill right there, but down in the woods. That's where I made my first video. Yep. But anyways, let's see. I hope I'm pointing in the right way. That tree right there. I'm shaking so bad. That tree right there. I would put our hammocks from that tree to that tree, and from that tree to that tree. I hope I'm pointing this in the right way. And I would always ask Stephen, which way do you want your head to face? You want it to face that way or this way? And he would always say, well, which way is your head gonna lay? And I'd say, well, I'm gonna lay in this way over here. Okay, that's where I'm gonna lay too. I'm not sure if he just wanted to be in the same direction I was laying, or if he was, because I mean, we're out in the woods here, but if he felt safer, knowing that even though we were going to be side by side anyways, me in my hammock and him in his, but I wasn't sure if he felt safer knowing his head was on the same side as mine was. I never did ask him. I didn't want to embarrass him, or I just always left it up to him. That's the little Cahaba River. I've got several videos of kayaking this river, fishing this river, camping on this river. I think I do. This used to be private land a long time ago, and the guy that owned it, he lives down in South Alabama, or moved to South Alabama, and then the government came in and they wanted this piece of land because years ago they started buying up everybody's land along the river, those that would sell or trade. It was conservation, I don't know. But anyways, they traded, from what I understand, the guy that owned the spot, he built that building there, traded him some land down in South Alabama for this spot of land here. I have no idea how many acres it was, but it was a pretty big place. They left their damn Dr. Pepper can. There's a trash can right there, right down there. There it is. See how easy that was? Sorry about my fancy camera work. I've been slinging y'all around everywhere. Gotta watch for rattlesnakes out here. It's winter is almost over. We actually had a fairly decent winter this year. It's probably 72 degrees out here today. So this warm weather will definitely bring the big snakes out. I hope this camera's not shaking, or my phone is not shaking as bad as I think it is. Well, guess I'm gonna go back to the truck. Pretty good walk back up there. Just wanted to holler at folks a minute. Hey folks, you know, if you got a kid, spend time with them. They would really appreciate it. You know, they might. Hell, the way kids are now, they talk so ugly to their parents. And it's the parents' fault. You know, you let them get away with it, they're going to do it. But tell them to put the game down and get out and do something. And they just might fool you. They just might actually like it. It might be that's what they're waiting on, sitting there playing that damn game, is waiting on Daddy to say, come on, let's go do something. And it don't have to be way out in the woods like this, you know. Take them to the park. Hell, take them out in the front yard and throw a ball with them. Buy a tent, take them camping. Folks today, I don't like to sleep on the ground. I don't like this, I don't like that. Well, then go buy a camper. Something. Go rent a cabin. Just do something to enjoy life. I don't know. I guess this life is not for everybody. But at least it's worth trying. I don't understand people that they drive up somewhere at night and they see all the city lights and they say, oh, how beautiful, that sure is beautiful. No, it's not. Not to me. I mean, it just reminds me that it's that many more woods that are not there anymore. What's beautiful to me is looking at the stars at night. That was another thing. Me and Steven, we used to do all the time when we went camping. We'd lay there and just look up at the sky. He told me not long ago that he still does that. I stepped over that little creek there. Little branch is not even a creek. It dries up in the summertime. But I wondered, you know, if he still does stuff like that, or, you know, looks at the night sky. On a lot of their training missions, he told me that one time that, you know, they would be out in the damn jungle in Japan, or in the woods at Parris Island, South Carolina, or Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. he would still look up at the sky sometimes and think about us. That made me feel good. Because sometimes I think that, he's done grown up and forgot about what we did. But he lets me know he still thinks about it. So that feels good. My arm is really getting tired. It's already sore. My shoulders are sore from paddling that kayak up the river. The river was pretty strong. We've gotten a lot of rain, so I mean, it's not muddy. It's just a good strong current flowing. We're supposed to have 2 more days of pretty weather like this, and then the damn rain starts back again. It's gonna rain for the next 2 weeks. So I wouldn't mind going camping. I just might do that. The nights are still pretty cold though. Down in the 30s at night. I think last night it got down to 36. It has been in the 20s and teens. But winter's almost over, so hopefully all that freezing cold ass weather's about gone too. Alright, well, there's the Dodge. Wish I had a key to that gate. But it's government gate. So I reckon I won't get a key to that one. Alright folks, well, y'all be good or be good at it. Get out and do something. Alright, later taters.